Do you want to learn how to make a player character and how to play D&D? Well, follow the path and we'll get started together.
I live within whatever path I choose.
Creating a new character can be a very fun task, but can also be very overwhelming. In D&D, there's 42 playable races, 13 classes, and over 9 subclasses in each class. In this video, we'll cover the basics on how to create a character so you don't feel too overwhelmed.
There's too many choices!
So if you watched my last video, you'll know that you'll need a pencil, a pen, some paper, some dice, a character sheet, and a player's handbook. And then, if your DM requires it, you'll also need a mini. Making the perfect character will take time. It's not something you want to rush through because this character is representing you. It's your way to help tell the story. When making your new character, your name is important. It's something you can do first or last. Here at the channel, we've decided to call our new friend here Brodak. And since we've already got our mini right here, we might as well go ahead and make this guy a half-orc barbarian.
Filthy barbarian.
So now that we've chosen our name, our class, and our race, we have to choose which way to get our stats. You can choose to use the point buy system that you can see here on your top left. When using this method, each ability score starts at 8. And you have up to 27 points to add to each of those scores however you'd like, up to a maximum of 15 before your racial bonuses. The other method you can use is standard array, or you can roll 4d6 and drop the lowest number. If I'm being completely honest, I don't use the point buy system, and I can't stand standard array. So we're all here to roll some dice. D&D is a game of chance. Let's do that instead.
I'll roll the dice.
So we're going to go ahead, we're going to roll 4d6, and we're going to drop the lowest number. We'll jot down our result 6 times, and this will give us our base stats. If my players just so happen to roll all ones, I will let them do a grace roll. And that basically just gives them one extra try.
You're too kind.
So now that we've got our 6th and final stat, we can go ahead and add on our racial bonuses. As a half-orc, we get a +2 to strength and a +1 to constitution. All races get a bonus to their stats, so just make sure you're looking in the proper book. So we're going to go ahead and do more math and add our racial bonuses to our 2 highest rolls. For this next part, you can turn to page 13 in your player's handbook, or you can look online to find the modifier chart. So now, to give you time to find the modifier chart, we're going to talk about your 6 main stats. Up first is strength, which is generally just how strong you are. Up next is dexterity, which determines how speedy or sneaky you are. Up next is constitution, which determines your hit points and if you can fight off poisons and diseases. Up next, we're moving down to intelligence, which is your book smarts. After that, we're dropping down to wisdom, which is your ability to remember things, your ability to recall history, and your overall street smarts. And our final ability is charisma. This is your ability to talk to people and or talk your way in and out of things. With that said, we're going to go ahead and start to bring our character to life. We're going to put our highest stat in the strength box, giving us our modifier of +4. And up next, we'll go ahead and drop the 14 in our dexterity, giving us our +2 modifier. After that, we'll make our next highest stat our constitution with a whopping 16 and our +3 modifier. After that, we're going to put a 10 in our intelligence, and we're going to drop in a 0 on our modifier.
Zero.Zip.Nothing.
Up next, we're going to put another 10 in our wisdom, and that'll give us another 0 modifier. And finally, we can put an 11 in our charisma, but that'll still give us a 0 modifier. And now that that part's over with, we can go ahead and put our background, our alignment, and our player name. So for this, we chose Outlander, and we chose Chaotic Good. We'll get to our background in just a minute, but for now, we'll go ahead and do our walking speed, which is 30 feet. You can find this by looking at your racial traits. The next racial trait we'll look at is called Menacing. Menacing gives you proficiency in the Intimidation skill. Our racial traits also give us Dark Vision up to 60 feet, it gives us Relentless Endurance, and it gives us Savage Attacker. You can copy down right here word for word what the abilities do, or you can put them down on a flashcard. Also, due to your racial traits, you also gain the following languages: Common and Orc. Now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and find our hit points using our class features. Since we're playing as a barbarian, we get the highest possible hit dice, which is a D12. At level 1, you get the highest possible number with your hit dice, so we get 12 plus our constitution modifier, which gives us 15 for our hit points. Up next, we'll go ahead and add in our proficiency bonus, which is a +2. You can find this with your class features. Up next, we'll add our saving throws. You can see in this box here, we get strength and constitution. For our next class feature, we get unarmored defense. So we're going to be fighting naked. We get a +10. Then we add our constitution and our dexterity modifier, which gives us a 15.
You gonna fight or dance naked?
Up next, we'll go to the Outlander background. We'll choose our proficiencies, and then we'll go ahead and choose our third language. We're going to pick Giant. And since we chose the Outlander background, we get in proficiency in athletics as well as survival. You also gain a little bit of equipment and a tool proficiency, and you can copy that down wherever you want. I prefer to use a flashcard. Up next, we'll go back to our class features where we'll get our weapon and our armor proficiencies, and we'll get to add a few more proficiencies to our skills as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll add nature and perception. So the way you get these numbers is you add the corresponding ability and you add your proficiency modifier. So athletics, for example, is strength plus your proficiency modifier. Now we can talk about weapon damage. When starting out as a level 1 barbarian, I like to try to start out with a great axe. When we make an attack, we roll our d20. After we roll our d20, we'll add our +4 modifier and our +2 modifier, giving us a +6. If this result is equal to or above the creature's armor class, that's a successful hit. After that, we'll roll 1d12 of damage, and if we're raging, we'll add a +2 bonus.
Angry all the time.
Up next, we get to talk about the 4 squares over here that really make your character who they are. You can either turn to your background and use the chart, or you can...
Yes, Brodak will take it from here.
What?
Move.
Wait, what? Brodak, what is going on? We haven't even finished creating
come
yet.
on,
How is
get
this
out of the
possible?
way. So many questions.
What do you mean so many questions?
Listen,
You're alive.
Brodak
You're here now.
is here now.
What is...
You get over it. Understand? Like a bird.
Fine.
We're good.
You don't have to be rude. You don't have to throw me. You can just
well,
ask me to move.
well, I'm sorry.
You wanna do it so bad?
I'm
Alright.
sorry. That was
How
a
are you
little
gonna do
uncalled
it?
for. You're right. Well,
Coming back
since you asked,
All right.
for personality traits, I'm awesome
Okay.
and the strongest.
Well, stronger than most.
and for ideas.
Yes, ideas.
Oh, okay. Kill the monsters. Yeah. Does that work?
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. See how easy that is? All right. What next?
Well, we got to talk about your bonds next. What is Brodak attached
Bonds. Well, what about my axe and my friends?
to? Oh, okay.
How
I
about
mean,
that?
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right. What next? What about your flaws?
Flaws? What do you mean? In case you haven't noticed, Brodak is perfect. I'm awesome.
Ah, okay. There it is. You're arrogant.
Arrogant. What's that mean? Hey, do you want me to throw you again?
No. Settle down. Arrogant means awesome.
Because I will. You're a very
It's
throwable
good
person.
thing. Not really.
What was that?
Nothing. Hey, let's move on to your
Okay, 'cause I
spells.
thought I heard you say something.
Wait,
Spells.
you don't have any,
Brodak
so we
gets
don't need
spells?
this.
Oh, fine. I didn't want them anyways. What next?
We gotta describe what you look like.
Describe what I look like. Oh, that's easy. I'm 19 years old. I'm 6'2". I'm 240 pounds. My eyes are green. My skin is beautiful, and my hair is black.
Okay, well, perfect. The rest is either copied right out of the handbook or it's from your backstory, so I guess we're done.
All right, awesome. Oh, wait, backstory. Well, why don't we just do that together? We can do that right now.
All right, that's fine. We'll just do it right now. We gotta figure out how
Okay,
much
cool.
money to have, too.
We'll just do all that now. Yeah, we'll put the money in the backstory,
Okay,
too.
yeah, we'll do all that together.
Oh, okay, it's story time. So, once upon a time, in a magical world, in a faraway village known as Groglash,
Good start.
Brodak grew up and became a mighty warrior, and everybody loved him. And then one day, him and his friends went on an adventure in the dead of winter, and boy, it was cold.
Okay. All right, interesting. So, what happens?
Well, I was at camp, just got done eating some roadkill. My friends, they say they saw a dragon carrying something, so I run around and I look up and there he is. So I run over and I grab my friend's spear and I toss it at the dragon. The dragon catches the spear and throws it back and pins me to a tree, and then my friends hide in the bushes. They leave me for
Whoa,
dead.
that's insane, Brodak. Your friends just left you for dead? How did you survive? What did you do?
Yeah, I know. You're
What happens
telling me.
next?
Well, the dragon, he drops the mammoth, and then he comes down to investigate, and I play dead. Goodbye, cruel world. Then the dragon lands, and he begins to approach. So, as the dragon approaches, I say under my breath, meat's gone bad.
Wait, but aren't you playing dead, Brodak?
The dragon gets close, I aggressively poop on myself.
Oh, Brodak, that is disgusting.
Okay, tell Brodak, what does dragon do now?
Well, he gags and he flies off.
Does he leave mammoth carcass?
Well, I mean, after the stunt you just pulled, of course, he lost his appetite.
Awesome. Brodak defeat dragon and get free food.
You didn't okay, you know what? Yeah, you defeated the dragon. Good job. The end?
Yeah, that's fine. Brodak share this story with village.
I mean, that's a little embarrassing, but okay.
Also, Brodak is the king of the village, and I'm filthy rich.
You're not
That sound
filthy
good?
rich, and you're not the king. What are you even talking about? No.
Okay,
Absolutely
I
not.
understand. That was a curveball. Brodak just
you
a
think?
little bit rich. That sound fair?
No, absolutely not. You're broke. You have nothing.
Okay,
Nothing.
I think we got off to a bad start.
Yeah, you threw me across
I
the
gotta
room.
have something.
You have poop. That's all you have. A big old pile of poop.
Okay, I mean, can I at least put it on a golden pedestal?
No, you can stick it in a box. I really don't care, but no. What does it even mean to aggressively poop yourself? What is that?
You know, you just force it all out at once. I was raging. I get number 2 damage.
You get a +2 to damage. We're going to use the book. We're going to use the book to find out how much gold you have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that checks out. All right, we'll do it your way.
Because you're an Outlander, you get a gold pouch that has 10 gold in it, and then because of your class,
Okay,
you get,
10 gold.
let's see, 2d4
Yeah,
times 10 gold.
Okay.
Perfect.
Ah, cool. 2 4s. All right. I'm rich.
You know what?
Oh, no, what?